Welcome to Honestly. Yeah, welcome to Honestly. The name is PD the Ghost. Today I'm with a guy who is well known in the background of not any artist, many artists. I met him when I was still working for or with Takura.
Okay.
That was when what it dropped.
It was during
My Obama era.
Obama, yeah.
That was the first time. Was that your first time venturing into, shall we say, management? What was that? Okay. What were you doing then?
I was an executive assistant to Tanya.
Oh.
Props, the OG. And then, but before that, I had a stint doing, I can say it was management, but yeah, I had a moment of management before. It was with Adrian Tate.
When there's still Africa Revenge,
no,
or
that, no.
before? Sorry. What Soul Africa? Sure.
Okay. That time it was more like I was trying to help him maneuver. But before that, I was in the event space. So I can say I started managing an artist properly, full time with Ishan.
So you were part of the cause that destroyed Soul Africa?
No, I wasn't part of that. But yeah, I've it being me being the main person has been since 2019.
What did you guys do right that put Takura on the stage that he's at now?
Systems. I would say systems is everything. Because one thing that Tanya managed to do when she came back from the UK was the appreciation of, see, these guys are like always 5-10 years ahead of us. Right? So we came in, Tanya came in with a blueprint of how to create a system that would, one, allow the artist to grow, right? So you would have delegated people, and with each and every person, they had a certain amount of tasks and responsibilities. It wasn't just, okay, these are just my boys, they're just coming in to do chill, and no. This is how you send a press release, this is how you push out, this is how you run a campaign. All of those elements are there. But that, I would say, the long and short would be, it was all about the systems. She came in with the system, with a blueprint that came to showcase what a superstar is supposed to look like, allowing us to be creative in our own way. She came into the strategy and the blueprint.
Looking at the landscape right now, because my thinking of a manager is, who employs who? Who's the employee? Who's the employer between an artist and a manager?
Okay.
Because some things that we're seeing now, that I'm observing now, is it's like the manager has employed the artist, not the other way around. Because we've seen instances whereby a manager buys a car for the artist. Case in point, there was that debacle with Tigons and the guy who was managing it, where they had to repossess the car.
Okay.
And then, so you're wondering, okay, who's the boss here? Is it the artist or is the manager?
From what I've seen and from learning from other people, there are two ways of doing it. Right? So either there are not only two ways, there are a couple of ways of doing it. So when you find an artist being in a situation like Tigons, where he can either lose his car or it may be, I'm coming to invest in you, right? We are business partners. But when the artist is not, the only thing that they're leveraging that relationship of is their art, then it becomes a challenge, for them. Because you can't say, okay, art is the only thing that I'm leveraging on. What else are you bringing on the table? Are you coming in with strategy? Are you coming in with, relationships that can also be able to grow the business? So that's where instances like those ones happen. So in that case, yes, they are business partners, but someone has got more to offer than just me coming in for money. Because at the end of the day, it comes back to, I'm putting in money. So in any business, when you understand business, any partnership, it's about what's the initial investment, what's your contribution to this partnership. So if you are saying, okay, the only thing that I'm bringing to this relationship is I'm coming through with the music, and I'm just going to be sitting, I'm gonna be doing anything about after that. Then if I'm gonna bring in the money, I'm gonna bring in a car, I'm gonna bring in a house, I'm gonna bring everything. I hold more weight in the relationship because that's my initial investment is just not art. So in that case, the partnership with someone has got more to offer than just than just being an employee or a partner.
So, but is that the case now? Because I don't know if we have managers in the country. Because for me, my understanding is if I'm the artist and you are my manager, the thing that I'm bringing to the table is the art.
Yeah.
And that art is going to feed both of us.
I mean, to be honest, art is not enough. It's not enough. The majority of businesses, the majority of industries we aspire to or which we look at, the art is not enough. There is more to it. So in our case, if we had to work together, right? Here's how I work. We're business partners. I'm coming in to administer your resource.
Which is my art.
Which is your art. But imagine how many talented people do we know? How many artists do we know? How many have been able to successfully run their artist business well, in as much as they are talented? So it takes more than one person to think, Kuti, because I've got this amount of talent, then immediately I am your boss. I don't think so.
Because why I'm asking that is, that's the reason why. Is it part of the reason why artists are not being booked as much as? Because listen, when we look at an industry like South Africa, the UK, Australia, America, people are on stage every third day. From Wednesday, there are shows going throughout.
Yeah.
And if you are going to get 10% of what we are making, where are the gigs that I'm supposed to be performing? Because right now, we have seen the same names on the same platforms. No one else. So now if your art is good, which is what many people have, good art, why are you not sought after? Who is to blame? The so-called manager or the artist?
I've had conversations with certain managers. When I look at a certain artist and I'm thinking, okay, this artist is really good, their music is really nice, but some, I do not know why they're not being booked. They're in street, they're there, they're buzzing. But when I think about, are they making money, are they being booked? There's a lot, there are a couple of elements. One, I would put it on how available are you as a manager to go out and promote and connect with promoters, connect with DJs, connect with club DJs, connect with the press, connect with all these other elements that make you as an artist, represented in these meetings. At most times, it's someone coming up to PD and saying, look, PD, I want to do this show at this venue, right? It's bar talk, right? Maybe you meet at a club, you're just talking, and then the issue goes about the lineup. But you know what? This person is really dope because you've been in certain spaces where you've created a relationship and you've become an easy. It's a placement. You've been placed easily in someone's mind. So it depends how available are you. Because some artists are lucky because maybe they are hot and they manage to get some of these, when you're talked about, it creates, it places you in someone's mind. So the challenge comes back to, the issue usually comes back to the manager. How much are you creating visibility about your artist? How much are you creating? Visibility doesn't only mean that you're on social media. Visibility means how easily are you accessible. Say if the blessing that I've had is I've been in the club as a DJ. As a promoter, I've done events. So I've grown a relationship with people since 2000 and, let's say, when I started doing events, 2014, So over that period, I've created relationships with people And from that, even if I say now I'm managing Ningi, right? Oh, you're the one who's working with them. So now I've placed myself in those people's minds. So most of the artist managers are there, but they're not placed. So even if the artist is good, I know a lot of artists who are making really good music, who are making really great numbers, but their managers are not, or their artists are not placed in people's conversations. So when it comes to bookings, the ones that are buzzing, the ones that are making hits already, are the ones that are booked quicker. So imagine if you're always if you go to Pablo's today on a Wednesday or on a Friday, whatever, on Saturday, right? You go to her on Fridays, then they're just chilling. The manager's gonna be like, yeah, cool. Let's talk about booking you next week. So that's how we create these things. So I would say, place yourself. You know, as a manager, as an artist, find a way to place yourself in people's conversations, and that's how you can push yourself.
How true is it that at times the manager wants to be the star at the expense of the artist? Because if you're going to be going around, which you're supposed to do, you're supposed to go and find work for your artist.
Yeah.
But he now wants to be the star.
Okay. Now
he wants people to know him more than the artist. Because essentially, when we release an album, when the album is done, in a way, that's when the job starts. Because now,
before, bro.
No, I mean as in, because the job begins before, okay? But now,
a lot of work,
the real job begins.
No, a lot of work begins before, bro.
The album drops, listen?
Yeah.
When the album drops, Because if it drops, what I've seen now is, most artists, when they drop an album tomorrow on a Friday, you don't see them anywhere afterwards. Which is what I'm expecting you to do. Because the album is dropped. Go around with your album, promote your album, do what you have to do. Is that a lack of a potent team, or the artist is not interested?
So my answer, you answer the first question about us as managers sometimes, trying to be all up in your face, trying to be like, I'm the superstar. It goes back to one thing, bro. How good are you? How much game do you have?
The manager.
In any way, in any case.
No, I'm saying the manager.
The manager. Yeah, it's all about how much game do you have and how much. There's some people that are just born charismatic. They don't try to make people like them. They get in a place, they get people to like them. So it's not like they're trying to become the artist. They're just likable. There's certain artists where they get in certain rooms, they just not it. They don't present superstar aura. So sometimes if the artist isn't getting the attention he thought he was getting, it's not the manager's fault. It's just different characteristics, different people. So, but then there are also instances where someone has always wanted to be an artist, right? And then when they're trying to live their dream through the next person. So when that opportunity comes up where they're now involved in someone else's career, they're also going to try and overshadow. It's not like they're trying to overshadow intentionally, but somehow the artist in them is kicked. So now they're now trying to promote their own agenda. Look, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm that. You know what I mean? So that's where the biggest challenge happens. The instances like that happen, but I get make sure that I point out that I've got a natural charisma. But they don't struggle. They're just you just gotta like them. You can't do anything but just imagine, right? If you are to have, imagine if, for example, one day how can I give you this example? No matter how much you've blown up, right? I'll give you an example, right? Let me go to manager wa Uncle Waffles. I think it should be Zeus. I think she's got a team that she's always moving around with. Then there's manager wa Casper in your face, it's a cat. Right? Then you talk about Jada, manager wa Wizkid. When you look at these guys, in as much as yes, they're behind the scenes, but if you were to talk about managers, they do exist somehow. There are people that if they get into a room, they can actually, you can feel them. Nah, yes, Wizkid is there, but Jada is there. You can still. I remember when I was watching Uncle Waffles play. Even if you see her when she's mixing the music, when she's doing her live sets, right? you actually see how cool Zeus is there, just there being in the corner and doing whatever he's doing. You can tell that this guy's got aura. He's charismatic like that.
Do we have managers like that in ZiFM?
Oh, except for me, who else?
Yeah, outside of you, of course. Do we have those in ZiFM? Because the thing is, I'll use, I don't really like to use him an example, but a person like Mr. Banda, who manages Winky D.
Wow, okay. I think
to others, it's like he overprotects Winky D.
Yeah.
Winky D is not accessible because of.
Do you think
Mr.
so?
Banda.
Or what if it's Winky who's saying no, don't make me accessible?
No, it can be that.
Yeah.
But from the outside looking in,
Yeah.
the general consensus
Yeah.
is good. If you want Winky D, if you call that band,
Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah. Bro, I mean, the ones that move locally, the ones that, but outside of the Don Tanya, bro, okay, she's not working with anybody. I said Mike is cool.
Who?
Takura's manager Mike is cool.
Okay. I don't know him.
I'd say what else? You see, like
It's okay.
you don't.
Yeah,
Okay, I can say the Tammy is.
Who's managing Tammy?
Tammy RK.
Oh, okay. Okay.
RK is a don. You know, he's got more.
He's been there.
He's been there.
He's done it.
He's done it. He's done it. Kin has got something. You can. It's not that okay. I'm gonna be loud about it, but he does it in a way that, you know.
That's effective.
Yeah, you'll do it in a way that even if you meet him, you feel you respect him in that way. You know. Who else? Michelle, Freeman's manager as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
No, she's dope.
That one.
She's dope.
She's dope. I'm trying to think of who else.
See, you have to literally think, go down, and see who is really doing the job. Look,
Because not a lot of artists proudly say that these are my managers. Some it's like they've got a band of people that they say this is my management
team, yeah.
So there's no one who you can say. But actually, there's one. Sean used to manage Wally 10. He was cool. That's why it's a vibe. Whenever you get around Sean, you know, he's just a cool person. You know what I mean? He's not he's a cool person. Yeah.
Looking at Zimbabwean hip hop, what's wrong?
We don't have a moment.
When you say a moment, what do you mean?
You know when everybody sits down and they say, okay, when everybody the next morning is talking about something, that's a moment. Okay. When we know on a Saturday, we're going somewhere, and the next morning, the only thing that everybody's talking about is that. That's a moment. So a moment is either created by a big event, or there's an event that happens at least once every, for example, is every Saturday. You know, the next morning we're talking about, did you see Ningi's performance? It's like how you know could Zim dance. So during either Soldier Love's era, when Killer T blew up, I remember this very vividly. The time when Killer T blew up. Now, there had been a series of events, and Killer T had been meeting Makaro Ganas. That's the time when Power of Soldier. Okay. So Killer T was hot in Makaro Ganas, get to Mbari. And then it's towards the weekend, Bata City Sports. Now, the next morning,
everyone is on that page.
Everyone is on Tirikumanya, right? Everyone was, that's close to, that venue can hit a capacity of about 10 grand.
Sure.
Right? So imagine if hip hop has got a moment where the next morning, it's everybody talking about, did you see Ningi's performance? And outside of that, there's this new kid whose name is, who's been hot in Mabuku, who, because of that gig, is now talk of the town. So once we've got a series of those moments where everybody, at the end of the day, they're talking about someone or a certain performance, it's it solidifies the position of the genre. Because right now it's sounding like it's there, but it now needs more hard-hitting moments. You know, and I'm hopefully these guys, when they get the show Rose, they get to create that moment where the next morning everybody's talking about the genre.
I'm very weird about that. I've seen, so disappointed. I saw Holy perform at Unplugged.
Oh, okay.
So disappointed.
Wow, how bad was it?
For me, it was that bad.
Wow, okay.
Because it came out like you're performing for yourself and your boys who are running around behind you.
How would you say so? Like, what happened?
There was no crowd connection with the crowd.
Okay.
No interaction with it.
Okay.
And then it just, for me, it was just bad.
Now I've seen worse.
And then
not from Holy.
And then the other
Hip-hop.
one thing that I then picked up was there are enough songs that he was lip syncing.
Are you sure?
Positive. And then to make matters worse, he called this girl to come and do the song they have together on the album.
Okay.
Bad. The notes are not coming. So how do we create moments when we have artists who you can clearly say they're not rehearsing? They're not rehearsing. He has never performed. He's not putting the craft first, because you know the listener is not stupid. You can do it 1 show, 2 shows, 3 shows. The 4th one, you are not going to have people. How do we create the moment? Because right now, people are basically saying it's Zim Hip Hop's time, because Danzo is kind of dropped a bit. But how can we create the moment so that this thing can actually be like whoever is performing it has got a 1-man show at 7 Arts, and then everyone is tuning, yo, we're going because that's us. Do you think as Zim Hip Hop artists can fill up 7 Arts?
With
1-man show.
With intention, and with the right planning, the possibilities are there. You know, on the side I also do promotion, and I reached out to so many artists because I'm all about creating these type of moments. You can reach out to an artist and say, look, I'm thinking of us doing A, B, C, and D. Are they ready to go that way? Are they ready to create that type of moment? I would say they're not ready. Why? Because the moment when you raise up such a conversation, it's always about, they feel like they are at that point where I have to. But at the same time, I'm presenting an opportunity for us to create these moments. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating these moments. 1-man shows have to become an ordeal. They have to become the new standard of doing things. But the majority of times, it's like we have to pick them. We have to try as much, you know, we have to try so much. Getting back to the question about performance-wise and why you're feeling like that, bro, I can only count a few who can even perform in Zimbabwe, bro. Not only at artists or even at hip-hop level. Justin J. Like superstar performers who can really hold it down.
Excuse, nice.
He's got, okay, let's he's dope. There are 2 things. How I see it, there are 2 things. There's a catalog.
Of course.
And there's performance.
Yes.
Those are 2 different things. Yeah. You can have a dope ass catalog.
I think he's got both.
He's got the charisma. So whenever you watch XU perform, you fall in love with him.
At least there's a band.
Yeah, he's got a band. That's dope. But to say Kuti Ningi is really dope as a performer, but I've not seen, even I'm still working on my craft with Ishan.
How's that going?
You have to intentionally think and envision a lot of things. You have to always be like, okay, fine, I've seen Ningi perform that. How can I involve that in my set? I remember when I watched Wizkid do Essence so he played the acapella first. and the crowd will go insane. Like, I like that. What am I gonna do? In my set, when I play Lola, I introduce the a cappella first,
and then we get into the tune. You spoke
spoke
earlier on, as we round up. You spoke earlier on that when you were beginning, Tanya it was a team.
Yeah.
Different people.
Yeah.
That make sure this thing is working effectively.
Yeah.
Outside of Tanya,
yeah.
Is there an artist with such a team? Why don't we have such structures? Just to round up.
Well, okay, fine. So the first thing is, who's got such a team? Jai has got a team. Natio has got a team. That I can say. Tammy is putting together a team. You can see what Ningi's doing pictures, Ningi's doing this, Ningi's doing that. You can see that Holy kinda has it. You can see with Ningi. Every time they've got a photograph on Ninga, there's someone who's taking videos. Maybe on the performance part, he still needs to work on it. That I can agree on. And it's a conversation that I'm not scared in terms of having it with them. Good look, dog. Like, I feel like we can do better. And last time we even had a kind of brief conversation about it. Like, I think we need to better our craft at this and that. You know what I mean? Who's got a better team? Obviously, we've got a dope team.
You're going to lose yourself.
Yeah, we're still working on it. It's not the best, but
gets the job done.
Get the job done. So right now we had to. But also, to be honest, I now want to try and focus. I want to try and focus on managing the human resource and less on the talent. Because what I realized was sometimes the talent is good enough, but there's no human resource around the talent. So it leads me to moments where I have to handpick certain people I've worked with before, like, dog, you know what? I want to work on this project. Can you come through and help me on this project as A, B, C, and D, right? And then if it's an issue to do with, that's basically it. Who else has got a better team? Man, I mean, I might just keep a couple of artists, but you can always tell. You know what I mean? You can always tell. Their social media tells you that. Because the content that comes out is content that says, this is what I'm doing. This is how I want you to see me. And this is, and you can then click on a link on that account, and then still go and click on link ya Wizkid, click on link ya Burna Boy, click on link ya Davido, click on link ya Chris Brown, and you can see there's some resemblance. That's how you can tell that this team kind of knows what it's doing. So I can handpick a few, because to be honest as well, since I'm being honest, the talent
is not there.
The talent, management talent, is not there.
There you go.
Yeah.
We need managers, real managers with a real team who can manage the person, and the artists,
and the business. Yeah. Bruh, you need all of that, bro. You need a stylist, bro. You need someone who can just say, today you're going on Ningi's show, and this is what this show represents, this is how it's supposed to look. And that's when I was laughing when I was talking to Tanya. Because we're working on some project, which you'll find out soon. Right? They had a photo shoot, Wizkid had a photo shoot for a magazine. He's dropping his album.
Tomorrow,
right? And there are certain people that were put just by photo shoot. Okay, this is the photo shoot that's been done for this magazine. There's people they actually categorize people. This is the writer of the article. This is the stylist. This is the groomer. This is someone on set. This is the makeup artist. So and that's not play.
So basically, we need structures like that for every artist in there.
Bro, I think
because we don't have.
That's why we tell them come and rent our services sometimes. We can always give you that.
And not having that is also making them not successful, right?
Because we're not visually there. We are not communicating what the term that people like to use a lot. International. Are we able to say if PD has worn this today, 7 kids will wear the same look? that's when you've managed to become international, where your brand, regardless of where a kid is coming from, when you do something, they'll be like, I want to be like them. Right now, ask any artist. Quite a few artists can say, when they grow up, I want to be like me. But with that, I used to have it. When I grew up, I want to be like Oliver Mtukudzi, because his impact was international. But can I say, when I grew up, I want to be like that person? Even, honestly, I don't even need a manager that I want to aspire to become. So, in Zim, there's nobody who's able to inspire me and be like, okay, I want to sit down and I want to learn what this guy has done.
Honestly,
that's as honest as I can be. That's why we're kids of the internet, bro. We spend most of our time on the internet.
Yeah, but use that internet to get some of these tips, man. Everything is online.
Yeah.
Get your team together. Yeah. Get everything around you to make you the best version you can be. And please, be accessible.
Yeah.
Because these artists are not accessible easily like that.
Yeah.
We are here to make your job better.
Yeah.
Not here to destroy you, but if you ask for it, the people out there will destroy you.
Shout out, bro.
Thank you for coming.
Bless you for having me. Yeah.
This has been another the first episode of Honestly.
Yeah.
Christian, manager to Ishan. You know him, Lola.
MisRed.
I like the.
Yeah, no, I like. You just clicked MisRed on that one.
Oh, you meant MisRed as well.
You just did that.
Oh, you manager as well. I did not know that.
Okay,
manager for Ishan and MisRed. I did not know that.
Wow.
I didn't. Why did I think? Oh.
Yeah,
okay, that's fine. Congrats. When did you start working together?
Okay, that's a topic for another day. But anyway. Nah.
Hey, before we go, I saw you tweet about Lola. You said this song was not forced on to people. Yeah. It just grew like that.
Yeah.
And then it went to the top.
Yeah.
What's the secret there?
The secret is, hey, I know the producer's gonna be like, just give me 2-3 minutes on this one, right? So there's a concept of spirituality in music. You know, when a song is made and you can connect to it and you can feel it. If you're going on Instagram right now, there's a clip that's there that I said Lola is like this. It's gonna catch on people's like that. The moment it was made in the studio, I said it's gonna be like this. It's so easy, it's catchy. And I even said it's gonna be a hit. I'm not being a prophet, but sometimes when you've had enough skin in the game, you know what a good song feels like.
So basically, some of these people are not making good songs that will stick.
There's a secret to this thing. And if you wanna make popular culture music, I'm not gonna say in the book as well. There's a book around about that.
About Lola.
No, about making popular culture music. So it's about understanding the dynamics, about what makes a song catchy, what makes a song stick, understanding that. So when we made Lola, from the moment we made it, it was something that we connected with in the studio. And I saw it coming. It wasn't anything that I was like, you know what, maybe this might not make it. No, I felt it, right? And then there is also the certain artists who have kind of understood what music to make that can stick. It's not a fluke that you can make Kure a big song like that one. It's not a fluke that you can make Lola a big song like that one and still think, okay, Kujuma. No, there's an understanding of how to do these things. So I just kind of understood it. And then last thing would go, with certain songs are big songs. There are certain songs that grow through marketing. There are certain songs that grow through just being organically dope. So a song can be dope, but it might need an extra push for it to become a hit song. So it's like someone who's born a superstar and someone who's made into a superstar. So there are two different things. So Lola was a naturally born superstar. Some other songs are good songs, but they have to be pushed, they have to be marketed, they have to be, so yeah, that's how I say it.
There we have it. Honestly, we're back next week. Might have him back again so that we can touch on so many other things.
I don't mind.
Touch on so many other things. His track record speaks for itself. Part of that Takura team that okay, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
But part of that Takura team when he made his first EP, and I was working with Ishan and MisRed. So yeah, congratulations to them. They've got that song that I personally think might just go down as to one of the two biggest records in the country for 2022. Whenever you're doing a yearbook for 2022, that song should also be there alongside the Shona Prince. Has got like 3 songs that I'm like, damn. 2022 was a good year for him, man. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for coming through. The name is PD EP.1. His name is Chrxn. Yeah, you can find him on Twitter where?
Don Chrxn, D-O-N. The spelling for Christian is C-H-R-X-N.
See, I'm a 2000 kid, you know? They spell things differently. But hey, man, it is what it is. Honestly, PD, I'm outie.